I'm Caitlin Cook and I am making a video evaluation of my film magazine front cover. Digital technology. How do I use media technology in the construction, research, planning and evaluating stages? For my planning, for my research first I would say, I looked up magazine front covers online and in a library and in shops of Empire and Total Film, which are the most popular and well-known magazine front covers there is around. And from this, I could analyse them and upload them to my blog, where I could look back on them any time I needed to see what sort of conventions I needed. I was able to apply this to my own magazine front cover. For my planning, I sketched some magazine front cover ideas that I had, and from that I could see what sort of how to construct it on the computer and what went where. For my construction, I at first used Microsoft Word, but it wasn't that advanced and there was a lot of obstacles and problems in the way, which was hard to come around. So, for instance, such as when I took the photos from this video camera, it wasn't as bright as I thought it would, but I couldn't adjust the brightness or contrast on Microsoft Word. So my friend had a look at it and recommended I use Photoshop, which was better, but a little complicated seeing as I've never used it before. She just showed me some basics, and after a while I got it, and it looked a lot more professional and realistic. For my evaluation stage, I'm making a video using a video camera, a standard one, which is the same I took for my photos and the same which I filmed my teaser trailer on, seeing as I knew how it worked and it was the easiest to use. Audience. What have I learned from audience feedback? For audience feedback, I showed a number of people my final draft of my magazine front cover, asking their opinion on whether it looked professional or realistic. I also asked if it missed anything of the conventions of a magazine that are usual, such as barcode or a date. I got a lot of the same feedback from friends and family, saying that maybe the colour scheme was a bit off, or that the fonts were a bit different, but most of it was that it looked professional. I also got feedback of my tutor, Phyllis Marks. Seeing as she's more experienced, that did help me a lot, and she did give me a couple of things to change, for instance maybe the layout, to change things around to make it look more in place. And I think the audience feedback was really helpful because it helped me see what they saw and what they liked. Also because if they're the audience of the film magazine front cover, it helps to know what they like and what kind of colour scheme they're into, and if they thought it suited it. So if I didn't have the audience feedback, then I wouldn't know this, so it's very important. How effective is the combination of my main product and ancillary texts? The main product is my teaser trailer, and the ancillary texts are my magazine cover and poster. The effect of the combination of them all really helps because it really determines what all the audience, because it's all the same thing, so it really helps what sort of colours I'll put into both of them in the fonts. For instance, if I was going to use fonts in my teaser trailer, then I'll know what sort from the one I used on my magazine front cover. I think that it helped to have all three of them to do it all together, because if I only did a teaser trailer, then I would have to do a lot more planning and a lot more background research into it. But because I already had to do those two as well, I already had all the information I needed for it. My film media magazine. In what ways does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of a real media products? This is my film magazine front cover, and my main product would be the photo of the actress in my film trailer. She sets up the whole cover and schemes and stuff. The actress is in a pose of blowing smoke from a gun. I intended this to be comical, as it can be seen as comical, and a lot of my audience feedback said they liked this photo for the cover. It can also be seen as a dangerous independent pose, and I think this really backs up my genre, which is an action comedy spoof. So if it's a kind of dangerous comical pose for a woman, then I think it really gets that. I then have the strapline, which that would be the film piece up top, which is the title of the magazine. I had it in black because it really separates the title from the background being a whitey grey, and that really stands out from it. Next, I have the heading, Jane, in pink. This is because the colour is relevant to the character, and also because it stands out. Pink is because she is a girly girl, which really kind of spoofs and contrasts or conflicts against her having a gun, which I think really makes stand out as a comedy. I also did the subheading and the pictures in the same colour, so it would be coordinated. I have the pictures of like a spoof special, which kind of says the sub-story of the cover. I think the photos could really bring in audiences, as they might think it could be about that as well, and they might want to read about that. I also have up top, above the strapline, some screamers, such as chance to win 2 IMAX tickets and the Love Film logo of winning some vouchers. This also could reel in audiences, as they might want to win tickets and have vouchers for Love Film. And also I did the Love Film vouchers because I think it really goes well with, because obviously it's a film magazine front cover, so Love Film would go well with that. I did that in a darkish red, or to keep with the code, because I didn't want to do it in black, otherwise it wouldn't be a screamer, but I didn't want too much pink, as I think that would be a bit too much since it's a bright colour, so I thought a darkish red would really go well, seeing as it goes well with the black. It's bright, but it's not too bright. I have the usual conventions of the magazine front cover, such as a barcode, which they will all need, the price and the date. All of these a magazine would need, and I put them where they would usually be, in a smaller, although bold, writing, so the audiences know how much it is and what issue it is. I have it in the slightly thin pencil writing, basically sub-stories, so it's kind of like what's also in the magazine, which people would want to know.